Good morning, everyone. I was looking at making this exam and putting it into Canvas for exam one that I'm going to be taking today. And I ran into several technical problems that made it complicated. I envisioned it being too complicated on your end. So what I've done here is I'm going to use the same kind of rules that we did before for the exam. You can still have MATLAB open. You can now also have Adobe Acrobat or some kind of way of reading PDF files open. You still get the 2 pages of notes. You still get your chapter reading worksheets. Okay, all that stays the same. It's just there's not going to be 2 delineated parts of the exam in terms of Canvas. There's still 2 parts to the exam. They're just all going to be in one single PDF file that you download once you start the exam. So when you start the exam, you'll see a link for the exam. Just click on that link, download it, open it up on your computer. You're allowed to print it if you have access to a printer, but you don't have to print it, okay? So basically, you still need to use Proctorio, and the reason for that is we can use Proctorio as a timer, and for what it's used for is proctoring, right? So you'll still need to do your work in view of the webcam, okay? You do not need to submit anything for the exam in Canvas, all right? Proctorio is just used for a timer and for monitoring the exam, no answer submissions, okay? If you have a printer, all right, I'm attaching, I'm going to email this out. I'm going to attach an answer sheet that you could use. You can print that and use it. If you don't have a printer, no worries. It's a real simple answer sheet. You just need to report your answers in the exact same format. Okay, so if you have one, go ahead and print it, and that way you can get this in the right format that I can use for Gradescope. If you don't have it, take a look at the format. It's really pretty easy. What I have in mind is you answer all the multiple choice questions on the first page. You remember that 1 through 12, answer all 12 questions. And then from then on, work the exam and put the answers to 2 questions, at most exactly 2 questions on each subsequent sheet of paper, okay? So don't put 5 answers on 1 page. Don't put 1 answer on 1 page. Put exactly 2 answers on each page. I'll show you that in a second, okay? After the exam starts, I'm going to let you print the exam. I think I'm going to have Proctorio set up where you can do that. But you don't have to. If you run into problems with printing, no worries, just work off of your student. Okay, so let me show you real quick what the answer key looks like so you can know what to expect. Okay, so here's the answer sheet. All right, so I have a bunch of stuff printed at the top. This is just, the standard stuff that you have on exams. The main thing you would need, if you can't print this in advance, you just need to, keep this part of it, put this part of it on the first page. All right, number 1 through 12, put your answers down. Okay, then you see there's going to be 12 multiple choice questions. So then we pick up the workout questions at 13 and 14. Put your work for 13, your work goes here. And then 14, your work goes here. Exactly 2 problems on that page. And then move on to the next page. Problem 15 goes here. 16 here. There should be plenty of room, okay? And then you just keep going like this, 17, 18 on the same page, right? And then of course, 19 and 20. All right, so it's not complicated, but I think that's an easier way than having to mess with Canvas and submissions through, having to punch a button to see the next question. I was worried about, is it easy for you to go back, right? So I think this simplifies things. Just click on the link when you start the test today. It'll be obvious, I think, what to do. And then once you have everything finished, submit these pages of work that you have. I guess that would end up being 5 pages of work through Gradescope, right? It needs to be exactly 5 pages. You won't have to match the problems because it's going to be a fixed template for grading on Gradescope. And so that way it'll put it in there nice and formatted correctly for me to grade. All right, good luck with the test today. If you have any questions, I'll be monitoring my emails. Shoot me an email. If it feels like a real emergency, go ahead and put your cell phone number inside of the email, and I'll try to give you a call if something weird happens. All right, so no worries, relax, do your best, and we'll talk about this after we take the exam and get graded and back to you. Thank you. Take care.